Oh my God. Oh my. It is 9:08. I am so sorry to each and every one of you that I told it would start at 9 o'clock. I detest being late. I do. It's put me in a mood trying to get my computer to restart and get this thing to doing what it's supposed to do. And I wanted to tell you all, I am so sorry for the nonsense and for the lateness because it's 9:08 and that's not how I get down. When I tell you it's time, it's time. So I do apologize. Hey, Fancy. Hey, Miss Audrey. Audrey, you know that's my favorite name because that's my mommy's name. So, hey, Miss Audrey. And I just want to tell you guys that I am so sorry once again for it being after 9 o'clock. Hey, Terry, for it being after 9 o'clock because I hate it. So let me see. I'm going to add Mona in. And I'm sorry once again. Mona, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, babe. Don't feel bad. This welcome to this content creator life, though. Like shit go down when you be live.
Oh,
Sometimes you got to restart the whole damn computer
the
right
shit
before the
irks.
live. It happens. It definitely happens.
And
Sometimes you
I was like,
oversleep late for the
listen, I was
live.
in a way.
I
Oh,
know.
well,
I
that's what you did.
but I made it though. I made it. He was like, "Well, baby, you want to just
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
let
and go
you.
to sleep?" I was like, "No,
You
no, I'm coming.
did.
I'm coming." But it's so crazy because I can't tell you how many times I've done like it's
I
terrible.
mean,
Like I'm a notorious napper, you know that. So it's like I oh my gosh, I'm horrible. But I made it. I'm here, and you did great. You handled that though. You did that thing, and we
you,
live.
you know, I tried. I don't know what I was doing because I didn't know how to add you to shit. So
Right,
I
right. I'm like, drop it in the comments. Just drop it in the comments. I'm here.
girl, get in with
Yeah. But then anybody probably would have tried to come on. So it was best that
I
you
know
did it the way
how
you
to talk.
did
I don't know how to do shit else.
it. But we're gonna
Yeah, I
learn
mean,
all
it
that.
is what it is. So this is our night number two. This is our
Yeah.
night number two of Unibrain Conversations. I want to
Mhm.
say one more time, I'm sorry, Gio does not being late. I am very timely, very organized, and it drives me insane. The last time I'm going to talk about it, so I
Right.
apologize. But me and my bitch Mona is here,
Yes. In the building. But guys,
and
make sure y'all
we
do
gonna
this.
let y'all.
Tell, I'm sorry, Gio. Make sure that when they subscribe, that they click the bell
No, go ahead, man.
double click it, and when it pops up, click all to get all notifications. That way, if we're ever running a little late, immediately when we go live, YouTube will send you a notification, so you'll know. So subscribe, then hit the
Yes,
bell
ma'am.
again,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
select
Thank you
all.
for letting me know.
If not, YouTube be hating. They send it out when they feel like it. So YouTube be on some funny stuff.
Yes,
You know
ma'am.
I'm still on YouTube, right? I'm just bragging. Ooh, I can't wait. It's so fun. Anyway, let's talk about something else because I really care about my attorney is like, you can't keep your mouth closed for nothing, can you? I'm like, nope. but I know what not
Girl,
means, though, obviously.
girl,
Mm.
I seen your community. I seen your community post earlier, and I was like,
Yes. I'm like, I don't even know what I was doing like 3 days ago when it all went down, but I'm pretty sure it went nowhere online watching nobody, no content creator on no beef sector. I just know that didn't happen. And I'm gonna just say this. Like, first of all, I am a very grown 40-plus-year-old woman with grown adult children that we have raised. And well, they're my children because when I say that we have raised and people think I ain't got no kids, what I mean is that me and my wife we've raised them. They grown now. We got grown kids. I don't even understand the mentality of a person that would think that a grown person such as myself, the smart bitch with 7 degrees, will come into another person's chat under a different name just to attack and harass them. And then not only that, that's never been the way that I operate. I think that's completely childish. It's rude. You just don't do people like that. The only arguments that I've ever gotten in online, and Gio, I can say the same for you, is when we are defending ourselves. or defending our people from people that are constantly
Absolutely.
attacking us. I don't bully people. That's not cool. You don't know the mental state of the
That's
person
not
that
my
you're talking
swag.
to on the other line. Yeah, at all. Like that shit ain't cute. And then if I was gonna go and say if it, I mean, I done dropped down in a couple of chats and on a couple of stream yards because I had to get some things in order. Yes, I'll do that. You know, I'm the pull up queen. But when I do that, I'm coming in my name because I want you to know it's me. I stand by everything I say. I'm not a coward. I don't know what other people
Straight
thought
up.
their sperm was like, but Freddie ain't got bitch made sperm. That was that. Even though I could be the little psychotic, crazy little bitch, that's me. But ain't never been scared, and mental illness does not mean weak at all. So don't ever get it twisted. Crazy, not stupid. So yeah, so it's just crazy. I think that well, first of all, and let me 2 minutes, and then we're gonna get into it. Doxing, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna tie this into black business too. Doxing is a federal crime. You are
Okay.
not allowed to dox. When you take people's private and personal information, whether you got it wrong or right or partially right or whatever, the act of attempting to dox someone, I don't care if you're pulling up records on their eviction, divorce, stuff that is public information but not readily available, and you do that with malicious intent to embarrass a person, that is a federal crime. If you do that with more than one people, like a group of y'all do that, that is a conspiracy. A conspiracy under the federal law carries a minimum mandatory of 20 years to life. Period. Off the rip. So there are people that are on this internet, Geo, and that's why I was, I told you, you come on here, that sector, yeah, don't even play with them because see they stupid and they don't realize that not only you don't know what a person could be going through in their life, you don't know if people running from domestic violence situations and they out here putting out women's addresses. You don't know if it's crazy people outside that will attack them because of you or none of that. And you got content creators that will actually do that to somebody and don't even get me on the cyberbullying. And then let's talk about the destruction of brand management. Let's talk about how a lot of people in 2020 are turning to social media to make extra money, and this is our business. So, like me, I am a black business. My platform is an LLC. I have employees. I have paid employees as well. Believe it or not, I run my YouTube shit like a business. The girl with the MBA. But see, if these messy people would have stayed a little bit longer, I would have taught them a thing or two about business. But when you actively try to destroy another person's business, I'm black. So my business is what? A black business. So
Black
when you
business.
actively, right? Well, thank you, babe. When you actively try to destroy my business and I've done nothing to you, nothing at all, just all kinds of defamation, slander, all this shit. I mean, it's crazy, Gio. It goes whoo, like it's like these people are sitting up here like they can't really go to jail. It take the feds a minute because see, I'm gonna tell you about the feds. They like to watch you. They'll watch you for a whole year too if they got to. They like cooking soup slow. They don't mind. They'll watch you, and when they slap them indictments down, there ain't nothing you can say because they know what they talking about. That's why they have a 98% successful conviction rate. That is why, because they don't rush like the police department does. So, but I just think it's horrible. And I think, and that's why I posted what I posted. Like my attorney said, you can keep your mouth closed for nothing. But I'm like, look, I cannot I cannot stand by and not say anything when people are consistently attacking me and attacking other people when I'm not doing anything to these people. I don't talk about these people. I don't watch these people, and it's ridiculous. And how are you trying to redox the same person for over a year straight on Patreon to make money? And it's all fake. Like how you, okay, I'm gonna say this, Gio, and I'm going because this might get petty if I continue. Gio, how do you dox me, right? You pull up my marriage certificate. You see that in a court of law, I am Mona Simone Tiffany married to Michelle Akia Goins, right? But then you pull up a jail record with a
Uh-huh.
totally different name and you say that's me. But you done did all this pulling, but you can't pull up no name change, which has to be public record in the state of Florida.
But may I ask a question? And this might be a stupid
Yeah.
question, so let me just ask.
Ask it.
Okay.
No such thing.
Why why do people feel the need to go to the Patreon and have people pay to discredit or talk about or bash someone? I guess what I don't understand is what is the point of the Patreon to be this
Right.
thing where we go to Patreon and we make it Patreon and we have individuals we have to think about what's wrong with that. Like we have individuals pay to see
Right. You
you
know what it is?
watch you bash another
It's a very
individual.
right. It's
Okay.
very simple. It's a money grab. They want to go over there because it's easier. Because if you're not subscribed to them, first of all, you probably won't pay just to get in to report them. Right on YouTube, it's easy to report and they can get snatched down and blocked and all that. But also because people pay, so they are making money. If they for every head that's in the room, they're going to get paid. YouTube don't pay like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the pledges over there, like you can have 5, 20, and if you do real well, you can make good money on Patreon. On YouTube, nah, not really. You probably getting like what 15 cents ahead of you if they stay for at least 15, 20 minutes. Like I fucks with algorithms. I know my algorithms. So you don't make as much money. So they make more money over there
Right.
and they don't care what lies they got to tell people. And would you believe that there are people that are so ignorant? And it's sad because I perpetuate critical thinking. That's what I'm here to help people do. Think critically. And it's people that come to
Absolutely.
me with the dumbest shit. Your name is such and such, bitch. What? Since when? Like I've shown my birth certificate, driver's license, because I just thought it was ridiculous. But then everything that I showed, they're like, "Oh, that's fake. That's fake. That's fake." And then someone can show you a photo of some random fat girl, and you're like, "Oh, that's definitely real." I'm like, "Okay, I see what this is." You know, so I learned a lot of lessons last year. And had it been, and my advice to anybody that's coming onto YouTube, stay away from drama. If people talk about you, handle it legally, report them, get a restraining order, drop it, dead it. The beef sector, and to everybody in the beef sector, because I know a few of them probably done strolled up in here, they be in the bushes. It ain't gonna never get you to 1 million followers. Diversity ain't fucking with you like that. Arguing back and forth and all that ratchet ass bullshit, it ain't gonna get you anywhere. It's just not, boo. So you never gonna be nothing more than them little bitty cash apps and that Patreon and those 300-400 people in your room. I got my sights on bigger things. So you stay there, do that, and we're gonna continue on. But them indictments coming out next year though, Gio, it's gonna get real interesting.
I got one more question.
Yes, yes, babe.
So the city girl said ratchet pussy be the best. Is that true?
You know what? I don't even know if I've ever had wretched pussy because I don't know if I would consider any of the women that I've been with wretched. They've been hood, but not wretched. I don't know. I don't know what it feel like on penis. It might
Okay.
be good. Because I do like me a worldly person. You know what I'm saying? I like a bitch with a past now down. So probably
Okay.
it might. It might. But
Okay.
then
Well,
again,
we need to get on topic.
right? We're gonna get on topic, but hold on. But then again, it depends. That Michelle is saying no, it's not. And I was thinking about possibly the body count, dirty foot holes, like all that fall under ratchet, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ideally it sounds spectacular, but I think in the reality of things, ratchet pussy might be kind of dangerous. It might be high risk. Okay,
ratchet
says
pussy.
Barry.
Ratchet pussy probably comes. Ratchet pussy probably comes with a list of problems.
Right. Right. A headache, baby daddy drama. Shit. Okay, let's get on topic.
You know.
Yo,
Let me say hey.
Amy.
I was gonna get knocked out.
yo. Hey, babe.
Hey, yo.
Y'all a love affair while we
I love
mid
you.
live. Okay,
So
so what we
let's
got
get into
first
this
up?
shit.
Yes, let's do this.
We only got one topic because we probably gonna be on that topic for a minute.
Yeah, and I've already wasted 13 minutes on some bullshit. 13 minutes and 54
Oh no, but
seconds.
that's okay. You didn't waste nothing because we got to talk about what we got to talk about. So
Good.
first
That's
and
what.
foremost, all of you people in the chat, I love each and every one of y'all down. My Mona and me and my side piece Meech, we love y'all.
I might not love all of them to be honest with you. But
I
subscribe.
mean,
Definitely subscribe.
straight up.
I think
It's
more
every
important.
Wednesday.
Yes, go ahead, babe. Sorry.
It's okay. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m., me and the brain, we going to be together. It's going to be the Unibrain, Unicorn, and the Brain, Unibrain Conversations every Wednesday, 9 p.m. with Michi on this side telling us when we fuck it up.
Right. So right. So y'all drop some unicorns and some hey just thinking, y'all drop some unicorns and some brains in the chat if y'all enjoying the show.
Straight up. So
This is
you
gonna be
you
interesting.
introduced what we talking about today.
Now,
Hello.
Gio, you know this is a sensitive time, right? And I fell asleep thinking about this. I was like, before we go live, we have to preface this because with Black business, especially in Atlanta,
And
there's a
we
lot
did.
of Black businesses that are suffering, that are closing down because of the whole coronavirus thing, and then just Black topics all around are very sensitive. So I want to preface it with this: our ideas, our opinions may not be for everybody. You may accept a part of our opinion, but not in its entirety, and that's quite all right. As a critical thinker, as a brain or unicorn, you do not have to accept our entire opinion, even though our opinions will be laden with facts. You don't have to. You have a right to disagree. You don't have to agree to disagree. We grown. We don't need permission to disagree with each other. As long as you do it respectfully, it is quite all right. And you are free to withhold your own opinion. That's all I want to say.
Yes. So you go ahead. I'll let you start it out
Why I gotta start?
because
Okay.
you're the mouthy one.
Okay. Um, so first up, we're going to talk about Black businesses versus other businesses. Um, First of all, I want to talk about it from an economic standpoint. I don't want to go directly to any type of critique or criticism because I'm sure I got plenty of that. But from an economic standpoint, we know that it's harder for Black businesses to thrive often because sometimes, not all the time, sometimes we are not as prepared. We're ill prepared to start our businesses. Not only that, we don't have the financial backing as some other businesses may have. We don't have the capital. We even I, I have an MBA. So, and I'm not bragging. I have to say that because I need you guys to understand my education on business, how I know what I'm talking about, and why I can say what I want to say. I don't want you to think I'm just sitting up here pulling shit out of my ass because I've been on YouTube or I Googled up some shit. No, I've studied business. I have an undergrad and an MBA and a few other degrees. So,
Okay, get going.
me talking about, okay, get going. let me pop my collar. No, that MBA was hard. That bitch made me cry. If any of y'all got an MBA, y'all know I cried like every semester. It hurt. But anyway, a lot of times, and plus I used to do business consulting. I still do actually. I just not as frequently as before. But I do business consulting, and the craziest thing to me is that when people come to me to create a new business, they have no idea about a business plan. They have not created comparables. They don't even know what their niche market is. They just have this great idea that they feel are great, and not everybody will always agree with your idea that your ideal is great. It might be great to you, but it might not be great on the market. Supply versus demand. There may not be a demand for it, or there may be a surplus in the market, and it might not make sense for you to start that business at that time because there's so many people that are offering the same product or similar product at a lower rate, and they're profiting off of it, and maybe you don't even have a supplier. And so that's what I mean about being ill prepared, or a manufacturer to create your product. You know what I'm saying? You might need some FDA approvals for certain things. People be coming out with different kind of uh it's sort of like health essentials,
Doing it a
and
lot by hand and
and
don't have a
right, and even though it's great, and trust me, I buy Black if I can. If your product is good and it's good, I always try to buy Black, because I want to support Black business. I want us to continue to thrive and do better. At the same time, I've seen these issues where we have not been as prepared as other corporations. First and foremost, always have a business plan. Know your market. Pull your comparables. Know where your money gonna come from. And what you need to know is that in most businesses, the first or second year, you won't even see a profit. It's gonna be all out, not in. You're gonna get money, but you're gonna be making up for the money you already spent. You're gonna spend a couple of thousand just setting the business up if you're doing it right. And if you're smart, you're going to have an errors and emissions policy. That means you're going to have a policy to protect you if you fuck some shit up and somebody sue your ass. And you're also going to have a lawyer on standby because you will get sued. You will. And so that's the thing that I feel like, and just to start it off, and you could pick up where you want. I feel like when Black businesses, not all, but many, when Black businesses are created, we are ill prepared in comparison to other businesses. And that's because we just, unlevel playing field. We late in the game. But go ahead, Gio.
I'm very much on point with that. I mean, I think for me, so where you have your business and your business is a critical mindset, and yours is a business of untouched and untapped proportions, really,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, because
Right.
I do feel in the African American community there is a setup where you're set up lesser than because there's people that want you to stay lesser than. And
Yeah.
so for me in my businesses, it's always been for me.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than one type of people. I don't believe that I'm a black business. I happen to be I am a business that happens to be black.
Right. And that makes
And
sense. And I like that. I like that. I so love that ideology and way of thinking. For me, I think it's because my niche market is Black people. That's who I'm mostly speaking to. That's why I consider myself more of a Black business when I think about it. But yeah, like you said, it's going to be suppressed because we struggle with this idea of anti-intellectualism in the Black community. Folks don't like the fact that I'm educated. They hate it, in fact. And I'm gonna just say it. It's the truth. The majority, I think it's like 70% of the United States citizens have a low IQ level. They ain't gonna fuck with me no way. So if my numbers are low to a degree, if I do this thing right, it can really blow. But if they're low for a while, that's okay because I understand why a lot of people ain't gonna get it till they really get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to make it entertaining for a person. Sometimes you got to put a little sugar in the spaghetti to make the kids eat it. And that's just what you got to do. Go ahead, babe.
oh Mona.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. What I do?
Oh Mona.
What did I do?
Oh, oh, jeez. Oh Mona. I don't even know where to go from that because you went into the IQ level. I was like, Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say. Ooh, Mona. Um, okay, well, I guess you're gonna be the nasty one this time because this is your week to be nasty because I can't.
Wow. And I thought
Ooh,
you would end
I
up
don't
being the
even.
nasty one. But you know what, though? It's not even nasty. Like, it's facts. Nothing that I said is not factual
It is,
and verifiable information.
I,
It's
and I
just that I
understand.
said
And
it.
this is
It's
the
like, how dare I be so bold, right?
yeah, and I mean, it's just like we're gonna get chopped up for this, and it is what it is, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing for me is like I said, like I didn't the hardest thing for me is I have been, and I know you and I have shared certain things with each other, but like
Right.
I have been chastised by my own people more than I have anybody that was any other color but myself.
Hear me?
And so when I've gone into business, my business is my business. And there are millions and trillions of people, billions and billions of people in the world. And this is why I always go into it with, okay, this is the business plan I got. We'll see where it goes. It's I don't think that we should go into any business with all black people should support me just for the simple fact that my skin tone is black and they're black, so we got to support each other. I don't think that that's
Agreed.
how it should be.
Nah, that's
I
how you lose
believe
in
that.
business because your Black people are not gonna always support you. Most of my support doesn't even come from Black people,
Yeah,
and just like you, I have been stabbed in the back so many times by my own people, and I don't even know if I've ever been stabbed by any other ethnicity. But I still love these N words though. Like I don't even sometimes I don't even know what's wrong with me because it would. Sorry, I'm on the loft, somebody muffler backfiring and shit. But it would be so easy for me to just say F it, diversify, start messing with other people, and just speak to the masses and not even talk to my people like that. But I think it's because just my upbringing that I want to see us do well so bad that I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to take some stones thrown at me, and I'm really willing to go through it just to gain the respect. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to get beat up. Well, not really beat up. I just told a lie. I don't think I ever got beat up.
I get
But
what
but
you're
I
saying.
know what
But
it's like. I know
I
what it's
believe,
like to be
like,
attacked and hit. I can take a few licks.
yeah, I just believe, like, I believe that when we talk about talking to the masses, my masses are if you breathe and you're an adult that can spend money, you're my mass. I think that we need to stop singling out the masses to an actual color. I think that business needs to be business, and there's business and bad business. And for me, that's how I go into a situation.
You know
The
what I
the
think?
the fact of what the skin color.
Mhm. There's a
Go ahead,
bit
what
of
you
an
saying?
overlay. There's a bit of like there's a delay like in our voices. So I hope I don't overspeak you. So I think what it is that most of the time when we create our businesses, unless we're selling like a hair product for Black women, it's not usually catered to only Black people. I think most Black people that create businesses do cater to the masses. Me, because I realized that there's a definite need for education in the Black community. That's why that is primarily my focus. I think it's actually the other way around. It's Black people that see the need for us to support Black business and really perpetuate Black businesses and help them grow. I don't see a problem with that because they're going to get supported by other people as well. But I think it's good that we support our own people a lot. We have a lot of communities that do that, like the Jewish people. They support their people. They stay strong and they thrive and they're wealthy because of it. And I think it's okay. I'm not saying that we should close other people out because there are some things about those practices that I don't like. Like you have Hispanic communities and Asian communities that they F with each other hard, like they really support each other. And I think that's awesome. I don't think
Yes,
there's anything wrong with that. My issue is that when you deliberately shut other people out and you won't allow other people to get ahead. Or like when you an Asian group and then y'all are selling hair products to Black people, but y'all won't let Black people get the deal on the wholesale. Like that's the issue. Like I have been trying to create a hair. No, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But so so a lot of Black girls that are selling hair too, they ain't getting the best rate. They ain't getting that Asian rate. They getting a wholesale rate, but they ain't getting that Asian rate. But that's a different story. So I think that it's okay to support our own
I
people.
can help you with that though.
But I agree with you with creating a
Well,
business only for Black people. Your people are not going to be the only people to sustain you, and you'll learn that real fast when you go into business. They'll be the first ones to hate on you, judge you, critique you, and ask you for a discount. Just saying.
like,
Damn, I'm gonna be the
my
bad one.
thing is, right. I mean, even as a gay male, my own LGBT community is not going to support me. And I don't
Mhm.
expect just because we're gay that everybody gay is supposed to say, okay, I'm gonna give Geo money because I'm gay. I don't expect
Right.
that. The reason that I've never shouted my businesses out all the way, because I really don't have to. My business is my business. There's people that's gonna like you and support you, and
Right. It's
not
not
even
really
knowing
just
you.
for
And to
like
me,
I don't
yeah, to
yeah.
me, I'd rather be, just somebody like me on the merit of what my business is. And if the business works, then the business works. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. No, you're not going to, I'm not going to work with you and you're knowingly being anti a single color. No, I'm not going to work with you. Or I'm not going to
Mhm.
accept money. All money, I do believe that it is a very valid point that everybody should understand that all money is not good money.
Yeah, that's the truth. All money ain't good money, and
All
just
money is not good money.
and also if you're creating a business and a lot of times that's why I say it's important to run comparables and have a business plan, because within that business plan you also got to have a backup plan and a dissolution of business. If that, and I'm gonna tell you, and this is where a lot of Black people go wrong and they mess themselves up and they can never create another business again because they don't know how to dissolve a business when it's not working and do it and get out of
Yes,
it and not owe anything to anybody.
yes,
They leave in debt. Now you can't never start another business. You done messed up your business credit. So,
yes.
and I think the IRS only
Everything is
allows you
not
to
going to
have
work.
one LLC,
Right.
one EIN. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
everything is not going to work out the way. Everything is not, when you're in business, instant gratification is not something you should expect.
No. It's gonna take
I,
hard in most
I
businesses, it is gonna take some hard work, blood, sweat, and tears.
absolutely. Like there's shows like Shark Tank show people that you get on TV and all of a sudden your business is booming and you're making millions of dollars. There's only a percentage of people that are going to get that opportunity. That's not
Hmm.
going to work out for everybody. And so the focus needs to be about business in general, not not about the color. You know, the focus just needs to be work ethic, and make your work ethic show in your product that you're promoting. it is very important to have great customer service, to actually appreciate the people that are buying your products, or talking to you about your products, or even asking questions. Because when someone asks questions, knowledge is power. And you want to be able to pass on that knowledge and then pass on that power. And you don't just want to assume because, oh, you know what, they wasted my time asking questions. We need to stop doing that. We actually need to take everybody in and listen to everything they say, and then take that in and evaluate and look at analytics and see, this is my core group. This is what my core group likes. This is the stuff that they're interested in. They're not interested in this. We have to pay attention to percentages. There's a list of things that really matter to make the totality of the business run accordingly. We need to be able to know our profit and loss statements. When somebody asks the questions, you should be able to answer that question immediately and not have to have a second thought. And if that's not something you know, then that's where you know your business is lacking, and that's why your business is not doing well. It has nothing to do with the color of someone's skin why your business is not doing well. You are your own ATM if you're going to be the owner of a business.
Right. And I want to get to, I want to answer Fancy's question real quick, just to clarify about the IQ thing. Yeah, actually, the average IQ in America is 85 to 100 per 100 and about 15%, 15%, or 115 is the average IQ for Americans, which is low on average. My IQ is 142. And I'm kind of smart, but it's very bad. And even to have a higher IQ, it significantly deviates from the mean. Like if you understand statistics, and I know Fancy does, if you understand statistics and you can see the deviation from the mean, there's a huge slant from 85, IQ of 85 to anything higher, or lower, but the average IQ for Americans is 85 to 100%, 115%, and that's low. That's very bad. I think a decent intelligence would probably be around 130, 135, something like that. So it's horrible. But you can Google it though.
I want to get an IQ test. I've never had an IQ test. I
You
almost
should.
scored a perfect on my SAT.
Hit me. So you can get one at, usually my psychiatrist actually gave me an IQ test like twice. I was tested by my IQ, and then later in life when I was in school in college I was tested again. But even at a young age, they were like, you were very bright. But see, what it is you don't learn. The IQ test is based on your ability to think critically or outside of the box. It's not based on like remembering history or science or none of that stuff. So I grew up luckily with a father that always taught me to think critically. He always questioned me, what you think about this? What you think about that? What you think would have happened if this person would have did that? So I was young, just knowing, just knowing that things aren't always as they appear, and there's different ways to things. And that really trains your brain to look at things objectively. And a lot of people just can't do that. A lot of people take things as face value. They see stuff on the internet, they instantly believe it. Like a lot of people on it, they don't question it at all. If it appeals to their bias, then it's definitely factual to them. And that's sad. It really is.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Black
Do you
businesses
guys have any questions for us? Do you
so
guys
far.
have any questions that you want us, or any questions anybody in the chat want to talk to us about Chitter Chat? Because Mona and I will run our shit all day.
Yeah. She
Oh,
said she
Thompson's
scored a
Bling Boutique. She's
97%.
97. What is that, Mona?
That might have been 97% of a perfect score of 100%. Not 97 IQ, but just like
Okay.
3 points off from a perfect score. I'm not sure if she's talking about the SAT test or the IQ test. Usually the IQ test is not, it's not really scored in percentages. They just give like a different range of your IQ for each area.
Oh, I got to take an IQ test. I want to know.
Yeah,
What it's going to
take
be
a real
like.
one. Don't do one of these online ones. I do the online ones for fun, just because they're fun,
No.
but they're not entirely accurate.
Right.
Yeah, you
So
should.
go ahead, Mona. What else? What else did
So
you want to hit us with it?
No, I do want people to continue to support Black business. Yeah, and don't bring your white friends, bring
Absolutely.
your Asian friends, bring all your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like my green, all the money green at the end of the day. And I always say, even though we do deal with a lot of oppression and stuff in this country as far as being Black and brown people, even bigger than that, we tend to ignore classicism. We tend to ignore the fact that we are held down in a caste system, and it's all about money, and money is power. So never prevent yourself from making money. You know what I'm saying? Like if you saying, "Oh, I only want Black people in my," girl, no, you better figure out how to get everybody. I don't even care if you selling shea butter. You better tell them white people they need some shea butter for their skin. Moisturize, honey. Moisturize. You gotta get it going. Shoot, it all money green. So that's what I say. So I don't,
All of it.
and of course this, I have, another business that's not associated with like the social media stuff. But so this particular, Critical Minds, Brain Nation, whatever, this is geared towards Black people. But, in other business, whether it's business consultation or, life coaching or whatever, that it doesn't matter your ethnicity. If you need my help, you need my help. And if you can pay, then
Absolutely.
you can have my help.
Right. I mean, and I think it's never, but again, it's never about like, again, we have to stress, even though we're talking about, we're gearing towards Black business and the growth of whatever, and it's not just about one color. We also have to make sure that people understand all money is not good money. And do not sell your soul out just to get the amount that you need to pay a bill.
Right. And can I say this too? Like sometimes um we'll rush to get a loan because we really want to have all the best stuff for our, but there ain't nothing wrong with starting like on a grassroots level and building yourself up debt
Oh
free.
yeah.
And even if you have to get a loan, don't get so much because you want to get a brand new car to go with it out of that loan money. Get the very bare, for the bare necessities of what you need to start your business. I remember this lady over, because I live in Atlanta and I love it for the Black metropolis that it is. And this woman, when she first opened up her shop, she had stopped by my office and she was like, "Y'all come check out my food." She was selling potatoes and it was like really large potato. I'm talking about potato big as my damn head, Gio. I couldn't even eat the whole thing. But she had like different
Okay.
she had like a menu of different types of potatoes. Like she had the yams, she had the one with bacon and cheese on it and onions and like just different stuff. And then you can mix and match. So I started supporting her and then people started coming. And at first she was cooking her stuff out of regular ass microwaves that she probably pulled out of her house or bought from the somewhere, but the food was good and the place was clean and the service was good. That's important. So people started supporting
Yeah.
her. Next thing you know, this sister done got up, done got her a few businesses over. She delivering stuff and everything now. It may have only taken her like 7 years, and 7 years isn't a lot because remember I told you the first year or two you ain't gonna see much of a profit. It's gonna be more going out than coming
You're
in.
not.
Yeah, so there ain't
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with starting small
It
and
takes
working your
hard
way
work
up.
and dedication.
Yeah, most of the time, unless you
Absolutely.
you know
I
the
mean,
rare lucky one that blow up on the internet or something on some viral stuff. But yeah,
I mean, it does happen, and I'm proud of those people for it happening. But like my t-shirt business is definitely grassroots. I don't press it, I don't put it out there like, but I have the t-shirt business. I've been lucky enough to have people that truly support me in it. I got the t-shirt business, I got the customization business, but like my resale business, I've been at that for 4 years. And that has been, now I'm at a level, and that's what I shared on my social media earlier. Like I'm at a level now, it's well over between all my socials and all my places that I post, over 3 and 4 thousand in sales
that's
in
what's
in
up.
the amount of actual item,
Right. Per item.
and per, yeah, per item. It's not like not a dollar amount, because that's not the dollar
Mhm.
amount at all. But you know, I'm thankful for the due diligence that I put into it to make it be what it is. And I rely on anyone. Only person I relied on was myself to push it, to grow it, and not give up. And my mom didn't raise me on Twitter. I was not. I was raised to strive and keep striving and get to where you got to get what you want. And
Mhm.
so, I think that every business motto needs to be This is my 5-year plan, if you will, for lack of a better amount of time. This is my 5-year plan, and what do I need to do to get to my end goal plan?
Right. You know what? I want to ask a question. I can't see how many people are in the chat. It seems like a lot of people are listening and they're taking it all in, and that's awesome. The Here's my question. This is something I've always struggled with, Gio, and I want to know your opinion too. You know, because
Okay.
of the industry that we've been in, you know, mainly entertainment. You know, I think most people know that we've rubbed shoulders with people. We tend to know some people and whatnot. And I've always struggled with wanting to ask a friend of mine or an associate of mine that may be, you know, like a famous singer or rapper or an actress or whatever, a favor to support my business. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's the pride in me, but I've always been that chick that's like, I ain't finna ask I don't care my friend doing her thing, big up to my friend, but I'm not gonna ask my friend to, hey girl, come on my thing. Like what me and Cardi did, that was like that was off the cuff. Like that was just some, you know, random stuff. But it was her suggested. I never would have asked her to come onto my live. And I struggle with that. And it's like, and you know, my or operations manager, she's always telling me, she's like, why don't you, you know, all these people, why don't you just start interviewing them and having them come on your platform? And I was like, I don't want to do that. You know, it's like, because my pride, like I want to first get to a position so high that they come and ask me, let me be on your platform. Let me share it with me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's an arrogant way of thinking. And then on the other hand, too, I know that the quickest way to lose a friend is to ask for a favor. And I think that's the saddest thing in the world. And this might sound like a hypocrisy, but on the other end, I always support my friends that are not as big as me. Like I'm always gonna do it. Like no questions asked. Like I have friends that come to me and they're like, Mona, you want to come on my platform, or you want to come to this event or that event? You know, it ain't gonna be that big. I'm there. What you talking about? Like I'm there. I'm all the way there. Just let me know when. Put on the calendar and remind me, because I'm old. I forget. You know. So I will
Right.
do it, but I have a hard time just bringing up XYZ actress girl and be like, girl, come on my live. The shit gonna go viral. I know it will. You know. So what do
So
you think about that?
so
Would you do that? Like ask one of your friends to, girl, come support my product and show it? Or would you rather them just ask you?
so you are my friend, and I asked you what you thought about us this, right?
Wait, what I thought about what?
About us doing this.
Yeah, but in fairness, you know, I've been trying to get you to do this. So it was kind of my idea
I
first.
know, but yeah, hold on.
Okay,
You
go
are
ahead.
my friend.
Yes.
So when we use the word friend, I don't think you need to ask your friend anything.
You're right about that.
I,
Hmm.
I think that when someone is your friend, and that's the word that we're using,
Mm-hmm.
then it shouldn't be an issue to have a conversation, and then maybe through a conversation, an organic development happens.
Right. What
And
about the
I feel
associates?
like,
What about the ones that you do business with
well,
from
hold
here
on,
to
I'm
there,
gonna
but
get
y'all are
there.
cool? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. So for me, we became this Wednesday night thing out of organicness because
Yeah.
I'm now ready. You've been ready. I fuck with you. I love you as a human being. I'm ready to put my time and energy into an us.
Right.
And true growth of people that are, a person that I consider family. Your wife is also my family member, and it's growth
Yes.
together. And I'm here for full on embodiment of growth. Associate is someone that when you're talking to them, they know of you, they know who you are. And
Mm-hmm.
someone can switch from associate to friend if you can have an honest conversation. When you can have a conversation and say, you know what, this is going through my mind. This is an idea that I had in my mind. What do you think about this idea that I had? And the associate turns around and goes, you know what? I like that. Why don't we kind of do whatever, da 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 da?
Mm-hmm.
That is what changes it to a friend and maybe into a family. You have to give a shout out to Cardi B for suggesting to you, hey, why don't I get on your live?
Right.
That moves her. I understand that you might not be, it doesn't move her necessarily to full on friend because you don't spend time and you don't know her and you two don't pick each other's brains. But it does move her from the associate level
Mm-hmm.
to
I
the in
consider a
between.
friend. I think sometimes too there can be like one-sided friendships. Like with me, I'm kind of private. There are very few people that I could just get on the phone with and cry my eyes out to. You are one person that I could get on the phone with and cry my eyes out to when everything is heavy.
Yeah,
But I do know a lot of people that it's one-sided where yeah, they call me, like, and they might tell me a lot of stuff. And if there's someone famous, I would never tell people what me and them talk about on the phone or all that. I ain't doing that to nobody.
correct.
I don't even try to claim people publicly because that's unimportant. It's unimportant in the social media scheme of things. Like, y'all don't need to know we friends. Y'all don't need to know we talking. Y'all don't need to know we cool. Y'all don't need to know what we talk about. Because to a degree, that half of the social media shit ain't real. Don't believe everything you see on the screen. Period. But
Yes,
behind the scenes, there are some people that do call me frequently and they talk to me and we have very personal relationships and we vibe. I'm not necessarily going to tell them all my business because when you dealing with social media people, yeah, some shit. It'll take one thing. I'll fuck around and become president. Now everybody coming out the woodwork somewhere. Let me tell you what Mona told me in 2013. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Freddie taught me
and
better
I
than
can
that.
agree.
Yeah. But
Agree.
but
And
so those one-sided
one side
associates where they feel real comfortable with me, where they can come to me and talk to me about any old thing, I have not grown to a place where I feel comfortable. I can turn around and say, hey, let me talk to you about this. You think this might be cool? Like I still kind of keep up them boundaries. And I've been struggling with that because I'm like, Mona, is it pride? Because you know how they say pride comes before the fall. I think the Bible says that. And pride comes before the fall. And I'm like, am I holding myself back because I won't allow other people to step in and help me, or am I just doing it right? Like, do I me believing
yeah,
that I should work hard to get to where I am and have people come to me and be like, girl, you the shit, please put me on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hide my numbers because it's not about that. I want you to see that I'm dope, not because the numbers that I bring, not because all these subscribers I got. And I get a kick out when people question my subscribe. How many subscribers you got? None of your damn business. It's not important. It's really not. Get the message or
yeah.
don't, you know?
Yeah,
So
and I agree. And I don't think it's a thing. I mean, Mona, where you have people that my phone is loaded. If I ever lost this phone with the amount of people that's in my phone,
hear
I
me.
would be in trouble.
Thank goodness for iCloud. Yes.
Yes. So, but no one, I will say that again, like you, I don't sit here and shout out, and I don't sit here. My connections with people are genuine from my side. There are
Right.
people that I know is just whatever. And I know that through my association with another human being, you were okay with me. But I also know what it is when me and that association with another human being is not a factor. I know that goes by the wayside. That's okay with me.
Oh,
You
that's what
know,
we should talk about
I
next. We should talk about this group mentality and pack mentality. Me and Nicole Reloaded has talked about it tons of
absolutely
times. Pack mentality on social media, how you can all be friends, but the minute you ain't fucking with that one person, the people gonna run to the one that they think gonna be on top. And then it'd be so it's sad for me to say that this is hilarious, but what be funny to me when they be banking on that person to be the superstar and that person ends up crumbling and you end up succeeding. Now they looking like, damn, I picked the wrong person. You did. You counted the wrong one
right,
out. That's hilarious. But we should talk
right.
about that next
You
time.
know, yes, we can do that. That's the next step.
without being
Write that
messy
down.
or
That's
petty
what
or
it is.
saying any names. I promise I'm gonna try really hard not to say any names about
Me
anybody.
too.
Really
Me too.
hard. I think I'm gonna get like
Really hard.
a needle and hold it in my hand. So if I feel like I'm about to say a name, I'm gonna squeeze it.
Trust.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's
Because
oh gosh.
40, I made it to 40 years old and not a bitch on this social media
Hmm.
got me there.
If you could see my face, mean face all day, mouth twisted. What black people face look like when they agree on some real shit. You hear me?
Like,
Yes.
it
I've been
is
on this social
it
media
is what
shit
it is.
for over 20 years since the days of Black Planet AOL. I actually have people that still follow me since Black Planet. Like that's loyalty like a mug. So
I don't even
it
know
like
what
and
that is.
I've only been back, you don't even remember Black Planet, do you? I've only been on YouTube this going around for what, like a couple of years, because I used to be on YouTube years ago, and then I left it when I went back in school, and then I got, you know how the story, how I got pulled back over to YouTube. And if you can see, like, the state of YouTube right now, and the followings are very fickle. They're very fickle people. They're not really loyal. So you got to take it at face value and just accept the views in the Cash App, and it is what it is. And that's a valuable lesson I learned last year, trying to be genuine with people who are not genuine, that are mostly clout chasing, that will stab you in the back when they can get a chance to. And here my genuine tree hugging, want to love everybody ass comes and gets stabbed left and right, like ouch, 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 like that shit hurt. But I do on other platforms have like groups with hundreds of thousands, and I even have a group of over 1 million people that fuck with me hard. And when I went through, even what I went through last year, they was like, Mona, let us say something. I'm like, please don't say anything, because the last thing that I wanted was and this may be important for business too, especially if you want to do this social media thing. The last thing that I wanted was to combine the two platforms. If you have a negative, problematic platform, do not introduce your other people to that platform. Don't
Amen.
mix it.
Amen. A fucking man.
Mm-hmm. So that's all I got to say
Like,
for the evening, babe. You close it on out.
yeah, I mean, I wanna hit it with, like, Mona. I couldn't agree with you more. Honestly, like, when you have problematic shit, don't take the problematic shit and add the good shit to it and think that the good is gonna work out the problematic shit. That's not how
Because
it
you know
works.
what happened when you
We're
put
gonna
too much salt in the pot, you fuck up the whole soup. You don't add
correct,
extra
and
salt to the pot.
we're gonna touch into what you talked about. What we talked about is gonna be the whole group mentality next week. So we ain't got to get into that. But next week, believe it, we're gonna touch into that without ever saying a word.
It's gonna be juicy. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. I think I
Yeah,
have my petty demon
and
tapping me on the
you know,
shoulder, like, I'm not gonna be petty.
like,
I'm gonna educate.
my thing is, yeah, my thing is, like, I don't like just because you see somebody on a camera, don't you mistake to feel like you know somebody, or don't you
You mean?
mistake to just run into the mix and be like, I know you. No, you don't. You don't.
Like this ain't even my real voice. In real life.
Look,
I say that because when I
you
come
stupid.
online, I have to enunciate and art and speak, kind of, you gotta
Articulate.
kind of capture the ear. Yeah. And so you have to really speak with a lot of inflections online. Sort of like when you sing and stuff. If you call me on the phone and be like, what's up? What you doing? I'm chilling. Like my voice is so low, and that's funny. But I say that to say I felt you on that. So this is my hallelujah moment. Just because you see us for a few hours, a week, or whatever, you don't know us. Like, I got so much more to my life. A lot of people don't know a lot of things about me. That probably would be surprising, but I ain't willing to share it though, because I am kind of private. I
But
do tell people what I want them to know, and that's
right.
it. But
But
yeah.
to be fair, to be to be fair, in my situation, I think that in my journey on this social game,
Mhm.
in my journey on this social game, for me is now I want people to understand I'm actually not necessarily what you thought I was, because
Right.
there's a lot of people out here that felt like they knew me.
Right, because they only saw you
They
in
felt
business
like
mode. So they thought you were quiet and meek and mute and all this stuff. They didn't know you had this
I
colorful
was like,
character and
Amen,
like have
God.
fun and dance. Like I saw that on
Right.
Instagram too. Like you dancing on the video and people like, this is not you. Like you are getting beside yourself. What, nigga? Like you like, who the hell are you? For real. I don't like that. That gives me sticky vibes.
You
That
know,
bot and me
and I
perpetuating critical thinking, it saddens me because I tell people all the time, you don't even have enough information to ascertain an opinion about a person that you see online. Not even it. So I got a wife and
absolutely.
kids. That's
And
it.
I want right. And I want it to be known, like, there is more than what you necessarily think you know. But if
Mhm.
you think that my whole life is wrapped around and centered around negativity, you are sadly mistaken. And
Right.
so I just want to implore and empower people, empower people to understand, like, it's okay to love each other, and let's do what we got to do to get better.
Yeah. And allow people to
So
be themselves
I'm
too. Like I can't tell you how many times I meet people. I've met a couple of people, and I ain't famous or nothing, but I've run into a couple of people, especially being in Atlanta. I did a little bit of acting. I still do, and so I was kind of popular on the LGBT circuit. With the web series and stuff like that. And so every now and again, I would run into lesbians, and they run up on me like thinking that I'm one way, and I'm real awkward in person. Like if I don't know you, dog, like I'm a firearm owner. Please don't run up on me. Like from a distance, say, "Hey, Mona," because
Yeah.
that freaks me out when people run up to, like, you don't know me like that. Like, don't do that. That shit is scary as hell, especially for me because I have my fair share of haters and death threats and all that stuff. So yeah, like I'm real awkward in person without a Moscow Mule. I am. I don't mean nothing by it, y'all,
Straight up.
but
I hear that.
I am who I am. Yeah.
Straight
All
up.
right. Well, love and
So
light, everybody. Catch us next Wednesday.
next week, next week we're gonna do next Wednesday. We're gonna do the situation where we talk about the group mentality and what transpires, and we'll just run on through.
Yeah.
Just run on through. So I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming with me, Mona, for the Unibrain conversation, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Next week on my platform.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Yes, next week on Mona's platform. Every week we switch off. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming to hang with me. And like I said, it's not going to be the negative moment. It's definitely going to be love, light, and just growth together. So, yeah, thank you. And come back next Wednesday. Love you guys.